J-Dubb here. Breaking Bad, Seinfeld, Law and Order, CSI, Lost. What do all these shows have in common? You may not. We interrupt this program to bring you a special report. Just kidding. Anyways, what do your favorite non-reality television programs have in common? They are all figments of the imagination of an autistic boy named Tommy Westphall. Okay, so let's back up a bit. There is a phenomenon in television called the Tommy Westphall phenomenon, which links virtually maybe 99% of all television programs. And it all goes back to a TV show from the 80s that you may not have heard of called St. Elsewhere. St. Elsewhere was a hospital drama from the 1980s which featured several up-and-coming stars including Denzel Washington, Howie Mandel, Ed Begley Jr., and the guy from The Green Mile. The director of this hospital was a character by the name of Dr. Donald Westphall. Donald Westphall had a son who occasionally appeared on the series named Tommy Westphall, who had autism. Now, in the series finale of this show, the writers pulled a very controversial move and revealed that the entire series was really just a daydream of Tommy Westphall. They ended by zooming out from the hospital and revealing it to be a little model in a snow globe that Tommy Westphall was staring at. Dr. Westphall then walks into the scene wearing coveralls, revealing that he is not, in fact, in real life a doctor, but a blue-collar worker. St. Elsewhere was filmed at, approximately the same time as a series that you're probably a little more familiar with called Cheers. So, the writers thought it'd be fun in an episode of Cheers to have characters from St. Elsewhere come into the bar and pretty much implying that Cheers and St. Elsewhere happen in the same universe. So this would imply that if St. Elsewhere was a part of the daydream of Tommy Westphall, then Cheers also was a part of the daydream of Tommy Westphall. And if Cheers was a part of the daydream, then Frasier was also a part of the daydream. Meanwhile, Cheers had crossovers with a short-lived 90s show called Caroline in the City, which had crossovers with a much better-known 90s show called Friends, which had crossovers with Mad About You, which had crossovers with The Dick Van Dyke Show, etc., etc. St. Elsewhere also had a spin-off show called Homicide: Life on the Streets, which starred two detective characters from St. Elsewhere. Homicide: Life in the Streets has tie-ins with the Law and Order series, which has tie-ins with Arrested Development, etc., 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 and the list goes on and on. MASH, The Bob Newhart Show, The Drew Carey Show, Coach, Home Improvement, King of Queens, Becker, Cosby, Family Matters, The Flying Nun, Jody Loves Chachi, Walker, Texas Ranger, The X-Files, Malcolm in the Middle, Buffy and Angel, Firefly, Boston Legal, Star Trek, Batman, The Jeffersons, The Brady Bunch, The Addams Family, Honeymooners, All in the Family. You get the idea. This thing has grown to encompass a span ranging from I Love Lucy to The Office to Doctor Who. It's like a zombie virus for TV shows, and nothing is safe because even after a show ends, another show that's still airing might tie in with that show, connecting it into the Tommy Westphall universe. Parks and Recreation has recently ended, but what's to stop Ron Swanson from showing up in another show? So I did some Googling to see if anybody's updated this whole Tommy Westphall phenomenon, and sure enough, Breaking Bad, Orange is the New Black, Californication. Tommy, you've grown up. Sometimes a brand name ties shows together in this whole theory. For instance, in Lost, there's a scene where a box is dropping onto the island that says Nozzle Cola, which is a brand used in another TV show. Does this mean they exist in the same universe, or is that just sort of a reference to that show? I mean, in that case, just about anything could be a part of Tommy Westphall's daydream. I mean, there's an episode of Orange is the New Black where one of the characters is reading The Fault in Our Stars. The Fault in Our Stars is written by John Green, brother and fellow vlogger of Hank Green, who founded and runs VidCon. VidCon is featured every year in J-Dubb's Theater. J-Dubb's Theater has crossed over with Journeys of Life vlogs, Mediocre Films, Blame Society films. So if you're watching this right now, You could be a part of the daydream due to an association with an association with an association with an association to John Green, with an association to Orange is the New Black, with an association blah 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 blah. St. Elsewhere. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to break this news to you. Hey, you're a daydream, Spencer. Oh, and my friend Adam once brought my pipe onto an episode of Leverage, which also further links me to the Tommy Westphall universe. Huh. Kind of hoping I'd be able to do this video on a sunny day where there's the spring sun. We interrupt this program to bring you a special report. Hi, I'm Dr. Kaysen. Perhaps you've found yourself walking into a store or retail. What the hell is going on? Excuse me? Excuse me? Why are you interrupting? Why am I interrupting you?